Hey guys and girls, and welcome back to Greatest Good Tarot. Hope you're doing well, keeping out of mischief, all that good jazz. Now, this is going to be a quick reading, and I know we've heard that before. I know. But this is going to be a quick reading because I was doing something else. I was doing something remarkably important, catching up on the news, right? Tell me about it. Came across the situations that are going on in America at the moment, and particularly, that sounded good. Particularly, the didn't sound as good. The No Kings protests that are going on, and once I found came across and started reading, I got slapped. Spiritually. Indoors is out at the moment. Spiritually, I got slapped. Like, oi, do this. And I was like, all right, fine, I'll do this. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm doing this. So I hope you'll enjoy this and stuff like that. There is something here of it's not as it seems. That's what the slap was. This is not as it seems. So let's find out. For the greatest good for all concerned, what's going on with the No Kings protests in America at the moment? For the greatest good for all concerned. Thank you. Always be appreciative. Thank you. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. So, as always, going in blind. Don't know what's going to happen. Don't know much about the situation. Hopefully you can educate me and everybody else, but I've only read what I've read, right? And that ain't much. Magician. That feels off. And I'm trying to put my finger on it, why it feels off. Because it's a bit murky. It's almost like treacle, the energy around it. It's almost like they're useful idiots. And it's like, how do I describe it? It's like the people on the streets with the protests and the banners and all that kind of stuff, and Trump is all awful, blah blah blah, all that rubbish, right? One, isn't it all? We know which side they're on. Calling out Trump, it's basically it's Democrats and all that kind of stuff under a different name. But this feels off in the sense that as if these are the puppet masters, if you get me. It's like it's the usual suspects is what I'm trying to get to, and I'm trying to. Okay. A couple of weeks ago, it must be 2 weeks now, that Trumpy Trump said that Antifa in America is now a terrorist organization, right? He signed the executive order for that. This feels like it's the same people under a different banner. But it's the same people up high. It's like the management of this is the same people. It's just a different name. Full card. Taking a leap of faith. New beginnings. World card. New cycle beginning. King of Cups. This feels like Trumpy Trump. This feels like the actions of what's happening. This is, like I said, the old guard trying to keep the status quo, as it were, under a new name. So these are the actions. That's Trumpy Trump. That's kind of a, I don't want to say like secretive organization or something, but it's the same management, the same people, definitely. And it's almost like these, you know, it's now been said several thousand times. It's like woke is dead. 'Cause this is the new cycle. They want it to go back to what they were building. Trumpy Trump is reviewing the whole situation. Notice, because we always look at the pretty pictures. That's what's happening. Right. Okay. Strength card. Strength card is, it feels like power grab. Beyond card is one of the epic arcana in this deck. One of the 4 extra cards, where it's your soul, your third eye, higher self, higher being, all in alignment. Okay, it resonates. So if you look at the triangulation, because that's what we always do on this channel for the new boys and girls, and how the cards touch each other. Oh my. The Magician and the Fool card, they're trying to take control back from this breaking free from what they want to build. Yeah. The Beyond card, which is basically everyday Americans, they're quite happy to kind of this reset, this new cycle of way things should be, kind of like balancing out. And we'll find out what Trumpy Trump in this new cycle is. Reviewing the situation. 3 of Wands. Okay. So, as you can see, there's clear manipulation going on in different ways. Hierophant, law and order. Rules, regulations. But I'm getting more about organizations, because the Hierophant can also be organized religions and that kind of stuff. But it's basically anywhere that's got rules and regulations and law and order and that kind of stuff. This feels like what we were saying about technicalities in a previous reading. Yeah, this feels like technicality, but it's organized. Okay. So far, that strip is just another. I'm really not liking the Magician card here. We may need to get the dinky deck out to kind of pull it apart a bit. But like I said, that's like treacle. But there is definitely an agenda here. But the face of it, oh, no king's oh, blah, 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 blah. It could be the funding, who's funding this behind the scenes. But there is definitely something there that it's the same people over and over and over again. Like elsewhere in the world, that would be kind of alphabet spaghetti, what we refer to as like WEF, UN, EU, blah, 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 technocrats, blah, blah, you know. But that feels like it feels like more of a funding for their own agendas to try and hoodwink it back on track to where they want to be. 8 of Swords. The mole is looking towards the Hierophant here. I really don't like that. I really don't like that energy about it. Because I feel like it's, especially on the Trumpy Trump side here, I think it's going to be an overreaction. It feels like it's an overreaction. 2 of Cups at the end here. Yeah. This is basically, these 3 cards down here are using the same. It's basically what's been happening in Europe, primarily here in the UK especially, using the same rules that's been inflicted upon politically on opponents that they don't like, labeling people as far-right thugs and all that kind of stuff over here. It's basically the rules are being used against them now. And they don't like it. And it feels as if this could be an overreaction. like arresting a phenomenal amount of people, and it depend like who these people are funding it all behind the scenes, the puppet master type things. This could, it will publicly name these people. And their involvement. I'm just going to say an example. I'm not saying they are. I'm just saying the example to help tell the story. Okay. But those people over there would be like all the usual suspects of the foundations type thing. So like Bill Gates Foundation as an example. I'm not saying it is. I'm just giving examples. What's the others like the troublemakers? Rockefeller Foundation, as an example, would be that kind of ilk. Yeah, that's the sort of people we're talking about here. Have their own vested interests, their own agendas, funding to try and snap control, get control. But what they've built down here with the Hierophant is now going to be used against them. And I think it may go a bit too far. I will definitely dinky deck the Eight of Swords, but I think I've explained who they are. Overarching Knight of Swords. Truth, knowledge, wisdom, clarity, information, data, rushing in. This is what, going back to that kind of exposing who this is. Underlying energy, Ten of Swords. Wow. This is, because we've been talking about 4D chess for quite some time with Trumpy Trump. I think this is the final kind of slam down move. Because it's like I said, the funding. It's taking out those actual people. I've got the energy, and I'm just going to throw it out there, because sometimes it's like, put it on record, see what happens. I'm just going to put it out there. It's almost as if with the Knight of Swords and the Ten of Swords, it feels as if Trumpy Trump has just been, and his ilk, had just been waiting for something like this. It's almost as if they've got a dossier kind of energy with the Ten of Swords that they're releasing. They're kind of like pulling the trigger on, off it goes, kind of Law and Order goes in and sorts it out, like that kind of energy. They've been waiting for this to happen because it's the same usual suspects kind of energy. Right, so there's the foundation. Let's go and get the prediction deck here. I'm only going to get 5 out of here. Like I said, it's just going to quick, nice and quick and easy, dirty one. Oh, and other kind of names and things. And while I'm doing this, if you're new here, subscribe, ding-a-ling that bell. Come and join the Greatest Good Village, because it takes a village to support everybody, and that is what we do. Thummy like if you're enjoying this video. It genuinely helps out the channel, and if you hype, then please do hype. If you don't, then try it. What's the worst that can happen? Still no one knows what it really actually does, but why not? Push another button. Go on, I dares you. And obviously down in the comments below, that's where you can suggest future readings on the channel and upvote on them as well. There are several that I have been waiting for the right time to do that I'll be doing in the next couple of days. So there's a reason why sometimes I hold back on certain readings, because it doesn't resonate. It's not the right time, if you get me. It's not that I'm ignoring you. It's just like there's the other shoe to drop before we do it, kind of thing. So, but I do keep a tab of what's going on, and I very much appreciate everybody's supporting the channel in their own ways like that. It's a warm, fuzzy feeling. So thank you very much. So let's have a look at this. Good outcome. Straight on the strength card there. The good outcome that we were talking about. All for money. Didn't I say it was about funding? Right, like it's like this is the usual suspects. Blah blah blah. I hate to say I told you. I'm not. I'm just like. There you go. Yeah. This, like I said, this is going back to the Hierophant here and the Eight of Swords. I didn't dinky deck that one. Returns to normal with the reviewing the situation. Before we continue, I'm going to dinky deck because it is screaming at me to dinky deck. The Magician underneath. That's I picked up the deck as well. Dinky deck. Can we clarify the Eight of Swords, please? Can we clarify the Eight of Swords, please? Is that going to? Are they going to go too far? Are they going to go too far? Very good. Thank you. Eight of Swords. Thank you. Right. Sorry about that. Let me just. Ace of Pentacles, Hierophant. This feels like a payoff or some sort of dealings behind the scenes to reflect on it. But it's sneaky buggers. Seven of Swords, overarching energy, Queen of Pentacles. The truth coming in again. Knight of Swords, truth, knowledge, wisdom, clarity, information. There's some sort of dealing here. It feels more like a threat. And I feel like with the Hermit, this is Trumpy Trump's team, there's some sort of deal, some sort of threat. But it's almost like they don't, these are trying to be proactive with the Queen of Pentacles, kind of mumsy about it. But it's sneaky buggers. I don't think they realise that the Knight of Swords is here, the dossier. They've been working on this for some time. All the connections happening. How the funding is done. That the Seven of Swords, they know they're being sneaky buggers. They think they're going to get away with it by doing this kind of. It's almost like this Ace of Pentacles is kind of a threat. Both the the Ace of Pentacles feels as if it's a dossier from them. We can make it seem like this. We can make it more difficult for you. We can, all that kind of flappy face. Trying to sneak away, slither away as they always do. But then the Eight of Swords feels as if they do it anyway. They just they arrest. Because they're already. It's almost. It feels like they're with the Knight of Swords twice. It's like they've got more data than they're letting on. They know the connections more than they're letting on. That kind of thing. Drone strike. This is the. I just got the usual suspects again, but this feels like media, the bombardment. Rachel Maddow, like pearl clutching. Oh, how dare they do all that kind of stuff. CNN, the usual suspects media-wise, bombarding kind of how outrageous and how scandalous this is and this, that, and the other, right? But the rules are being used equally, not just on their political opponents, but on themselves as well. It's almost like they didn't realise or didn't envision these rules to slap down others to start being used on them. And I feel like that's the outrage, the the bombardment of media smears and stuff like that. That's what I'm getting there. But it's compromised. They're compromised on the Eight of Swords. They're trapping them. Overarching energy taken by force. Underlying energy, cyber attack. They're taken by force here. This is what I'm on about with the going a bit too far. It's, the optics ain't going to look good. That's the problem. The cyber attack, however, feels as if it feels as if this is them watching for longer than this, if you get me. This is why it's connected to the Antifa thing in America. It's literally the same people under a different name funding like the same funding, blah blah blah. And this is what I'm talking about with the data has already been collected, the dossier has already been collected, and they've been biding their time. Yeah. So outcome. Outcome, please. The outcome to this reading, please. So it's almost like they're too cocky with the Ace of Pentacles. They've got away with it before, they can get away with it again, kind of thing. Like history repeating itself. And I keep getting I don't know what the connection is, and I keep getting reminded of it throughout this reading. So I'm going to just plonk it once again on the record and find out. Yeah, but if you remember ages ago, like 2007, 2008, I think I want to say, when the crash happened. You remember those Occupy Wall Street, Occupy London, all those Occupy. It's like the same people connected to that. It's like the usual suspects of that. That's what I keep getting. But I don't know why it's relevant unless it's just literally that connection. But I don't understand why it's relevant, if you get me, to this particular protest group. Bunny flops. So. Outcome to this reading, please. Thank you. Right. So, Seven of Pentacles, reviewing the situation. Fool card. What's that on the foot? The Fool card. We asked a stupid question. We got a stupid answer. The Fool card twice. Taking a leap of faith. So they're not going to be able to break this new beginnings, this new start. With their... moving away from this kind of the woke is dead stuff. Yeah, we're moving away from it. You can't go back. You can't go back in the box. The World card, King of Cups has moved up. Okay. And Temperance balancing out. There is... There is some sort of between Trumpy Trump, who's come up again, and this Temperance. It's almost like, and I don't know about this, so educate me down below, please, and the rest of the village. But there's something here about signing away something. Or signing control back to people, or it could be an executive order, another one, but there's another library being built, and the amount of executive orders he's doing. Excuse me. Oh, my throat went there for a bit. My throat chakra is being naughty today. But the Temperance feels as if it's like unleashing something, rebalancing the situation. It's something to do with something that was maybe it must be a federal law kind of taken control. And because of I'm just looking, let me just bring it a bit closer for you. Let's see if the focus actually works. Hello, focus. Oh, look at it's working. So you've got this is the Federal Reserve, not Federal Reserve, sorry, but the federal government pouring it back to where it used to be. The control of some description, some sort of law. I'm being reminded, and I'm not saying this is it at all, but I'm being reminded of when the kind of like the abortion laws was away from the federal back down to the state, as an example. Whatever it is, it's sending control back either to the people individually or to the states. There's something to do with that there. Two of Swords. Some sort of blockage, though. What's that on? Good outcome. But there's a blockage. Ten of Swords again. Knight of Swords, yet again. Third time it's come out. So whatever this dossier is, and the Ten of Swords is the second time it's come out, this is profound. There's something to do with just because they've got their own security staff, just because they may be in their own mansions, maybe whatever, they've got wall around their garden, whatever it is, just because they've got all that, they can still be got. There's something is like no one's above the law. It's that kind of energy here. And this blockage is the, like, they can't come out of it. These individuals, the usual suspects, there's something where they're trapped themselves because of this information, this data. Knight of Cups. There's some sort of offer. Three of Cups, celebration. This offer feels a bit... Yeah, this offer almost feels as if it's like a bargaining chip. But it's definitely... It's like if you like along the lines of, it feels like a bargaining chip of like if you what's the word I'm looking for? Testify against some others, you'll have a reduced sentence kind of thing. It's that kind of bargaining that I'm getting there. Three of Cups, though, celebration. And the Two of Cups, victory, success. Wow. So overarching energy. We've got, wow, moving away from stormy shores into calmer. This is a mini leap of faith, yeah? Moving on. So this is all about... And I know this is it's like I don't mean it legalese, right? I just mean it by their own actions, right? It's almost like all the way through this is that constant like vibration of they've entrapped themselves. I don't mean that in a like a legalese way. I just mean that in a kind of, it's so blatantly obvious kind of way. It can't be anybody else, if you get me. It's that kind of energy. And it's victory, success. Yeah? So, star card, divinely guided. If you've been watching us for a while, I've been saying, especially here in the UK, it's not about just the figureheads, right? The insidious kind of nastiness is behind the scenes as well. So even though everyone hates Stuttery Starmer right now and Labour and all that kind of stuff, it's not just them. It's the support staff there. It's all the kind of Whitehall and all that, the blob they call it over here, the swamp over in America. It's those people that slowly but surely is getting cleared out. Same here. This is what's happening. The clearing out is happening. And it feels, the Three of Cups, yes, it's a celebration, but it's more of a relief kind of energy. It feels like it's about bloody time. I'm being told to use the Kipper deck, and then we'll get out of here. All right? So, I appreciate this is like quick and dirty. But like I said, it felt like we've got to kind of jump on this. Right. So, lovers, it's a partnership, the Two of Cups down here again, right? Change. We've been repeating that. Mini leap of faith twice. Well, sorry, not the mini leap of faith. The Fool card twice. The new beginnings on top of each other. It won't. It's almost like they're trying to sabotage and get it back to what they've built over all these years, and it's not working. And you're seeing it in Europe. You're seeing it here in the UK. You're seeing it in certain areas like Australia, it seems, and Canada and stuff. Slowly but surely, they're trying to keep the status quo, what they've built, and it's just crumbling apart. And I've been saying it forever, it feels like at this point. This is all about Pluto in Aquarius. We've got 20 years of this transition into, instead of big government, it's now small government. Instead of controls, it's now freedoms. It's instead of big corporations, it's small businesses and communities and the little guy and that kind of thing. Yeah, that's all about what Aquarius is really about. Yeah, so this is energetically happening. We've been worried for a little while, several months, ever since Pluto went into Aquarius in pretty much this time last year. And I've been saying that this is the transition period. The people who have control want to keep control. But it's like they're out of the energetic loop now. It's no longer their time. It was their time. They took too long, and now it's reset. It's rebounding back. And there's nothing they can do. They can stamp their feet. They can have a huge old hissy fit. It don't work. It's all being, reset to us, you and me. Yeah. So the change, the fact it's come up again is like chef's kiss. Mwah, it's beautiful. And the final card, despair. That's exactly what I was talking about. Overarching energy. We've still got a bit of a journey to do, all right? But the message of concern is here. This is it. This is the transition I was just saying. I love when this happens. I love it. It's just like, I go on a waffle and then suddenly it just comes up on the cards. It's like, yes, the journey, it's going to be a bit longer, right? It's not an easy fix. They've been like at this for decades in some cases, but we're on the right maneuvers now. Yeah. And the message of concern, they know their time is up. They know it. And no matter how, like I said, no matter how many times they kick and scream and bitch and moan and all that kind of stuff, it's history. It's done. Yeah. And now we're moving on into what it should be. We've got the star card that keeps on coming up. This is divinely guided, not just in this reading, but in multiple readings now. It's the North Star. This is divinely guided. This is heading in the right direction. The prayers are being answered. Whatever you want to call it, we're in the motion of it. But it's not just a figurehead. Yeah? It's everything. It's all being sorted. Here in the UK, the issue with the judges and stuff, that's slowly but surely happening and changing. Peer pressuring to get people to have proper inquiries, independent inquiries about certain type of gangs, that is still being pressured through. Remember, it was a far-right bandwagon at the beginning of the year in January. Yes, it has been 10 months since we've been trying to get this sorted, but it's still on the tracks. They can't get away from it. But do you see what I'm saying? No matter what they do, no matter what happens, they are on the wrong side of history. It's the easiest way to put it. It's on the wrong side of history now, and now it's snapping back. And this is what's continuing to happen here with the No Kings. It's what's happening over here in the UK, in France, across Europe. Australia, New Zealand, Canada, it's all now shifting. Okay. But it's just keep faith. It's manifesting. It's happening. Just keep faith. Yeah. Keep grounded. So I'm going to leave it here for now. If you enjoyed it, thumb me a like. It generally helps out the channel. Thank you so much for everybody who does that. Subscribe, dingling the bell and all that jazz. Come and join the Greatest Good Village. Comment down below if you've been reading along, if you know any particular people this could possibly be. But until next time, where we do this crazy shenanigans all over again, take care. Look after yourself. Be well. And thank you for your company. I'll speak to you soon. See you later. Ta-ra.